Okay, so good morning, everyone. We are here. Welcome, Damini. Today, the training is on a very different topic, and people are really looking forward to it. Actually, I had a few meetings in the last week where I could know and see, since I keep on updating myself, I also learn a lot of things and I keep on learning. So, this is one thing which I thought, yes, I see a lot of big influencers and big coaches talking about it. And this is a fact that why some people are successful, why some people are not. So keeping this thing in mind, I just prepared a mind map, which I'm going to explain today for people who are going to watch this training. So without spending any further time, and maybe we'll be keeping the Q&As related to this post. It's going to be a short training, maybe 15-20 minutes, not more than that. And everybody is open to ask questions regarding this. And mind it, when I say this training is about spiritual awakening, I just played a soft music, for 2 minutes. I don't know whether you listened to it or not. It was really soothing. So let's talk about it and let's get going on the particular topic which I have mentioned is spiritual awakening for coaching business success. Right? It's okay? Good. So just, yeah, I forgot to record. Okay, let me start recording this session as well. Okay, so once again, welcome everyone. And today we are going to talk about us in a short training about spiritual awakening for coaching business success. See, I'm not a spiritual guru, mind it. I'm a business coach, but uh, I always talk about that business coaching is not about one particular element of the business where you say to do certain actions and you do get some results. There is a lot of whole things, surrounding yourself as an individual and the business to give you success. So keeping all these things in mind, I've prepared this training and I'm going to share that with you. So people who are watching me live, please do mention hashtag live. And if you are watching it once the thing is done, then please put recording so that I know who people have seen the recordings of this. And I'd like you to go through it, give me the takeaways and the learnings, and do share your feedback. Right. So this is what we are going to do, and this is what we are. So what we are going to do here is I'm going to present you a simple mind map and I'm going to explain what this talks about. So this is a coaching business blueprint which I have made, which consists of two parts. One is the spiritual success and another is the psychological or physiological success, not psychological, physiological success. So today I'm only going to talk about the spiritual success part of it. It's going to be a bigger subject, and I told you that I'm not a spiritual guru, but you will be surprised to know there are a lot of things which matter when you talk about a success, right? So let's get going. So anybody who can tell me what do you mean by spirituality? Spirituality is nothing but, in my simple words, I say that this is an alignment of your thoughts and actions. As simple as that. Spirituality is the realignment or the alignment of your thoughts and actions. As simple. So now, if I say you are becoming a coach or you are doing a business, whatever it is, you should be understanding why. And this why term is a buzzword. People talk about telling about that you should be knowing your why, but why in not that sense of business. I'm now going one step behind your coaching business success. And I'm going to decode this that when I say why, the reasons you should be very aware what all things do it include and how you are going to do that. So the why and how, these are two very critical components of spiritual success. And when I say that you are going to, do certain things, why? Coming to the why part, I am going to talk about the reasons, right? And then I'll be talking about how you are going to do those things. The implementation part, I always say that if you only go with the what do you say, the theoretical part of the learning, it's not going to work unless and until you practically implement it. So now let's go one step behind you becoming a coach, right? Make sense? So let's understand the reasons. Let's understand the reasons why, right? So what are the reasons? Typically, let me zoom it a little bit. I think that would make better sense. Yeah. Is my screen visible now? Better. Right.
Yes. Yes.
Good. So I'm going to talk about this why part and the reasons. Correct. So what are the reasons? Let me take. Yeah. So there are 6 reasons. Let me do that. The 6 reasons. Out of the 6 reasons, there are 4 reasons which comes under physical needs, and there are 2 reasons which comes under the spiritual needs. Anything which you do in life, anything, talk about any, I'm not specifically talking about one business, I'm talking about anything which you do in life. This has reasons. Any action which we do in our lives has reasons. Now, what are the reasons? So these reasons are classified into 6 major categories. Actually, the categories are 2, and there are again 4 plus 2 reasons behind it, which I'm going to explain. So the first part is physical needs, where we are going to have reasons like certainty, variety, significance, love, and connection. And the spiritual needs are growth and contribution, right? So these are the 6 major needs, the reasons why we do anything in this world, right? So what do you mean by certainty? What do you mean by certainty? We want to be certain in our life. Like, let's say, if you are sending your kids to school, or if you're doing a business, or you're going to marry somebody, you want to be certain. Certain about what? Certain about the end result. Okay, now you are going to send your child to the school and he'll be gaining knowledge. That's a certainty. Go for that. If you are going to get married, what do you want? You want certainty for your life. Correct? Now, coming to the business part. If you are doing a business, what do you want? Certainty of serving people and certainty of you also making money. Am I right or wrong? So certainty is that part. Now coming to the variety. Everybody will get bored if you do one thing only for the whole life, right? Whether it is, wearing clothes or eating food or traveling to a place or, meeting people. If I put you in the best of the comfort zones inside a castle where you are not getting any variety, would you be able to be happy? I don't think so. Nobody would be happy. For some time, it might look crazy, but over a period of time, you get bored, right? So variety is one such thing which is required for you as a physical need, and that's one of the major reasons, right? Now, coming to significance. Significance means everybody wants importance, right? Let's say if you get married, if you know, uh, in your family, you want to be given some respect, significance, the value, the importance, right? Being the head of the family or being a part of the family, you want importance. And everybody loves that, right? You want to be appreciated, correct? So the significance is that you have a special position in somebody's life, whether it is your own family, whether it is your wife, whether it is your business. Let's say you're doing a business and what significance you want that your customers or your people, your audience needs to have a special attention for you. That is a significance for you in terms of business. Making sense? Now coming to the love and connection. So love is a universal, feeling. Everybody knows that, and we crave for it. Why do we, get into families? And what do you get out of the family? You get love, right? You feel loved, and you feel happy when you feel that emotion of getting loved by somebody, right? And when you feel loved, you also get connected to people emotionally, because we human beings are not just machines. We have an emotional intent inside us, which always craves for these feelings, right? The love and connection. So this is one of those physical needs which we want from the people who are surrounding us, whether it is our family, whether it is our business, whether it is society, or whether it is a broadly talk about the world. Everybody craves for love and connection. right? So these are the four physical needs, which are the basic reasons of doing anything in this world. Now, coming to the spiritual needs, what do you want? Spirituality is about growth, and that growth is not limited to the money part. Here, what people understand and take the growth as only the money part. Money is one component of the growth, which is as a part of your spirituality. You want to grow, but that growth should be accompanied by learnings, by uh, you know uh, giving to others, by helping others. And yes, money is one component of it, right? And then comes the overall spiritual need, which is talking about contribution. What is your contribution towards making somebody, whether it is an individual, whether it is a society, whether it is a group of people, whether it is a country, the bigger perspective of contribution towards the world, that comes under spiritual need. Am I clear? So, if you are not understanding the reasons, that means there is something wrong inside your mind to be successful. Mind it. Being successful is not about getting a customer, taking some money, and just highlighting the money part of it, that you are growing by leaps and bounds in money. Growth, right? And what do you say? Growth is not limited to money, as I was talking, right? So these are the six reasons or the six needs for which we human beings do anything in this world, correct? Now I'll be discussing about the other part of it, how you are going to do it and where you're going to start from. I told that I'm going to go one step back, right? And this is one of the steps back to understand the reasons why we do anything in this world, right? So this physical needs clear and the spiritual needs. I hope I have made sense. Now I'll be talking about the other part of it, which is how you're going to do it. So everybody talks about the theory part. Now I'm going to talk about the implementation part of it, what you need to think, what you need to understand, and from where you need to start thinking. That is one of those major things which I want to cover here. Understanding the how. So this is the second pillar of it, the second part of the training, which is understanding the how. Now understand what are the five pillars which tells you how you're going to understand things, or what you are doing. We understand the reasons, right? Why you are doing it. Now, how? How is more important than what? I always consider that, and this is what I'm going to talk about. So let's talk it. Let's start here. So, as I said, minimize this. Check it. Okay. So the five pillars of understanding your how. The five pillars are: number one, acceptance. Number two, absolute responsibilities. Number three, clarity. Number four, going back. And number five, meditation. So since this training is all about spiritual awakening, mind, I'm not talking about any business term. I'm only talking about the spiritual terms, or the terms which are helping you or me to go back to the dashboard, the drawing board, and understand how you're going to think, how you're going to do things before we take any action, right? So number one is acceptance. Accept the situation, good or bad. Now, I asked you in the initial starting phase of this training that you are a coach. Why do you want to become a coach? The reasons are there. Now, how? How you became a coach, I'm going to explain it. Maybe you are in dearth of money, or maybe you are willing to contribute the learnings which you have to the world. Whatever may be the situation, good or bad, acceptance is one of those first things which is required for your spiritual awakening. Let's say if you accept that fact, okay, you have done graduation or you have done masters, you have done any of the degrees, and you feel that, uh, I'm not able to suit to this market conditions in terms of doing a job. Accept the fact that you are not feeling good about doing a job, working for somebody else, right? So that acceptance will give you a strength, saying that, okay, I'm good in myself, I'm going to do this, right? So whether the situation is good or bad, let's say, and if you're doing pretty good, you're maybe somebody who has already achieved a great milestone in your life, in your business, in your career, and you want to contribute. That is also a kind of acceptance where you say that, okay, now I have attained this milestone, I'm going to give back to the society. That is called acceptance. Once you have that acceptance in your mind, especially what happens is when people are not in a good condition or in a bad condition, they don't accept that fact. And that is why they keep on, roaming from one place or another. Here, what I'm telling you is, if you want to be spiritual awaken, you have to be first accepting the fact, accepting the situation, whether it is good or bad, right? So once you accept, what happens? You take that absolute responsibility, right? When I say absolute responsibility, that means, let's say you are the working member of your family, or you are a good contributor towards your family and the society. Obviously, I talk about family more because our primary responsibility is towards the family. So if you are the working member of your family, you have to take that absolute responsibility because it's only you who's gonna change the situation. Right? If you are in a bad situation and you want to help your family, you have to take the responsibility. People don't want to take responsibilities. Or, in other words, I tell you, people try to fly away, move away from taking the responsibility because it puts you accountable. It puts you accountable. So, absolute responsibility is one state of mind again. It is a spiritual, uh, I would say, aspiration, which tells you that okay, you are the person who is going to be in the situation. Right? If you are not going to do this, who is going to do it on your behalf? Right? So absolute responsibility keeps you accountable and you are clear in your mind, okay, now I'm the person who's going to do. Whether it is any business, I'm talking about coaching here. So if coaching is your only means of bread and butter, it is you who is going to take that absolute responsibility to make it successful. Nobody else is going to do. And no business in this world, can say that, okay, come and get money, right? That is the gamble, I call it. That's the gamble. We are not doing gambling here, correct? Now, when you take that absolute responsibility, you get clarity. Clarity of what you are going to do, how you are going to do, correct? So once you are clear in your mind, okay, this is my response, you have understood the situation, you have accepted the situation. Now you have taken the responsibility, the next part. Once you have taken the responsibility, you are clear in your mind that this is what is required for me to do, right? Because that is a function of the acceptance which I've already done, right? You have accepted the situation, you have understood that this is your responsibility, and now you are clear in your mind and thoughts that what you are going to do, correct? Now, once you are clear that this is what you're going to do, you go back and see what were you loving, what you love doing. Actually, it's not only about the coaching business. If you don't love coaching, if you don't love teaching people, you'll not be doing that thing for a longer period of time. Maybe for a nation, a few months, you'll try doing it. If you get success, you'll feel good. If you're not, then you might leave that. This should not be the case. And that is where this coaching has become mundane kind of a thing for people who don't love it. So if you're not clear in your mind that you love coaching and you have just come to do coaching just for the sake of earning money, I'm sorry to say that it's not going to work. So go back and see what you love doing and start doing those things which you love doing, right? So it's not, as I said, it's not only limited to the coaches. I'm talking about anything which you're doing in this world. But I'm specifically talking about coaches because I see a lot of people saying that things are not working and coaching industry is saturated or something like that. It happens when you are not loving your profession. You are not loving what you are doing, right? And then the last but not the least, start meditating. Meditation, keeps you on track faster, right? When you start meditating with the fact that this is what you have accepted, this is the absolute responsibility which you have taken for yourself, there is a clarity in the mind that, okay, I'm going to do this. And you start doing what you love doing. That is the core of any business. And that is where you again gain expertise. Slowly and steadily, the skills are refined, tuned, And obviously, it has to be backed by certain strategies and actions, which I normally cover in the physiological success part of it. Here, in the spiritual aspect, I'm talking about go back, start doing what you love and keep doing meditation all the time to keep you charged and on a fast track. So, this is the how part of this spiritual awakening, right? So I'm not going to talk much about it. I hope I have laid the basic ground, and now I'm open for any questions if you have, and we can talk further. But this is what I have covered, and I look forward to your questions and other things. So Damini, if you have any questions, please do let me know, or we can further discuss it in different things. So how was it? Did you uh, were you able to relate to it what I was talking?
Yes, definitely, sir. Uh, because I don't have any question, but I have a feedback that like this whole session was something, a lot of people, I see a lot of coaches always talking about sales and leads and everything. This core thing, nobody discuss it nowadays. And what I believe in and what you have told as well, basically from my what I got from all this session, that spirituality gives clarity to you and to your business as well. Like you are able to be you are more trustworthy, you're more ethical in terms of when you follow spirituality in business. So that's what the gist I got from all this session, and it was really helpful as well. So yeah. So you're not
Uh,
audible. Hmm. Am I audible to you?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You're not. Yeah.
Okay, maybe there is something wrong with the internet or what, I don't know. I got
Maybe.
this feedback from one more person saying that, in between, the voice goes off. I don't know why. But anyway, so why I brought this topic? Because the internet world and this virtual world now, if I talk about coaching and coaches, the information is overloaded, flooded. Everybody talks the same language. Yes, there are strategies, whether you go organically, build your brand, do sales, do this, do create offers, and blah blah. There are a lot of things which people talk about. And this is like, every time I'm hearing the same thing. And out of this, there are few people who are being successful, right? And there are few not. Then, I went to my dashboard saying what is working for people, what is working for me, what is not working for people, and why it's not working. So I understood the actual, root cause. And the root cause is what people, have a, what do you say, shiny object syndrome, that, coaching business is increasing, there is a potential, you can go and earn money, that's okay. But if you don't have these things inside your mind, if you're not spiritually awakened about what you're doing, so it will be a short-term game for people who come with an intent to, get some money and then do something else.
Yes.
That should not be the last week. I had, a couple of calls with few very good coaches who, literally talked about it. And I was really happy to see the depth of the knowledge which they have. See, what is happening nowadays, the superficial knowledge, which I call information, is everywhere with every one of us. Now, how are you going to check the depth of the knowledge the person has? Unless and until you get into the real, business. Real business means understanding of that person's entire learnings and the way they are communicating it to the other people, right? So that doesn't happen overnight. Again, people have spent years and years understanding the core values of doing whatever they are doing. This is how you create your own personality, you create your own uniqueness in your own coaching business as well. So I brought this topic not only because I wanted to do it, I saw that this can be a game changer, a differentiator for people who are into coaching business. And if they don't take that responsibility, even at times I feel like, had I, you know, have somebody else to earn for me, why should I be working? Mind it. If I had an option that I keep, not doing anything and I start getting money, a passive income or something, then why would I invest that kind of a time and energy for myself to increase my business unless and until I have that kind of a growth mindset to increase my business, become seven figure, eight figure, and then nine figure or whatever. So that kind of energy is required when you accept the fact that you are the only person and you are the sole responsible for your business, your family, right? If you don't love, again, that is a very critical thing. If you don't love what you do, it's not about, just going to the market and shop something. It's about, really feeling the thing from inside, from within. That is a part of the spirituality. So that was my part, and I loved doing it. I prepared it from some different sources. I learned from different people. That is why I didn't created a Word document this time. I only created a mind map because that learnings are now within my head. I can keep on talking about all these topics for long period of time because again it's a part of the learning. So the headlines I showed here, and I tried to explain to the best of my knowledge. As I said, I'm not a spiritual guru, but I want to tell people that even in coaching industry, if you don't have that clarity, if you don't understand, don't take that responsibility, the absolute responsibility, nobody is going to work for you, right? The system will only work when you come with that positivity, that energy of taking that responsibility, going all in, and then executing all those things which are required in terms of making a business, right? So that's it.
That's it. Yeah, we
Okay.
love watching it. So that was a like these short, quick trainings are. I think I love these short, quick trainings because this gives a total gist. Because as you said, all these knowledge and information are everywhere on the internet, and a lot of coaches also are giving it. But these short things, highlight better, in a better way. So yeah, I love the this short training, and I want more of it in the upcoming week. So thank you so much. So you are not audible again. This might be a internet issue. Yeah, maybe.
Chalo, no issue. So it was really a nice session, and we'll keep doing this kind of a training, whether it is spiritual or business, but combined together. My purpose is to give more and more, value to my audience, and that is where I want to differentiate myself. I have that knowledge now. I want to transmit that knowledge in different formats, and that is why me and you are here, Damini. I'm looking forward to many such more trainings which can literally change the lives of the people because the change happens when the change happens here in the mind. Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. So that's the purpose, to bring that change inside the minds. And once that change happens, people definitely would grow. That's for sure. So it's been 30 minutes. I'm in time and I'm looking forward to any questions if people have. They can put, see, this is training is already getting live streamed in the community, VIP community, which we have. Anybody who is watching this training and you have any questions related to this or any of the business, please do put in your comments and the feedback. I'd be happy to answer your questions and your doubts. And we look forward to another similar training coming Saturday with lots of Q&As. If you have, please do come and ask. We'll be happy. Me and Damini are here every Saturday at 11 a.m. to answer to your questions, whether it is related to spirituality or whether it is related to business. Combined together, the ultimate goal is to help you grow and do better in your life, right? So thank you so much, everyone. I'm looking forward to another episode or another training in the coming months. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Bye.
Hey, so Damini, you want to continue? Do you have anything to discuss, or we can just stop the recording?
Yeah, we can stop the nothing from my side. So I was watching it as well. Might be, I think there was